He talked about it. We'll talk about it. Do you think this team is poised to make a deep run again? The fact that they've, early exit last year, it was bound to happen, right? I mean, they were exhausted, so many deep runs. But now that they're recharged, they still got that core together, supplementary pieces. Do you think the Lightning are another team to contend for the Cup again this year?
Absolutely. I mean, they're there every year. That main core, like you mentioned, is still together. And they do a great job of adding pieces. I mean, this was a trade deadline guy who's going to be a huge part of their future now. It's crazy that they went to 1-2 and went to a final.
Salary cap
again.
errors.
And, they lost in 6 games, and we talked about it with Toronto and having to match up against these guys all the time. But it's just hard to win. It's hard to win the Stanley Cup, and it's incredible what these guys did for 3 straight years. But just because they lost in the first round last year against a good Toronto team doesn't give me any reason to think that they're not going to be super competitive again.
And look at the losses they've had to deal with, right? And they always seem to find a way to kind of plug and supplement and stay in the hunt every year.
And that's good management as well, because in a salary cap era, there's just, when you have this much success, there's no possible way to keep the team together. That's why, dynasties are so tough to come by in hockey, because when you win, guys go get money somewhere else. You can only spend so much money, and so the team dissipates, and it's management's job to find pieces to come in and fill the holes. You've got your core group of guys that run the team, and then management fills the holes each year because it's constantly changing, and they're doing a great job with that year in, year out. And looking at their roster this year, certainly don't see any reason why they wouldn't be competing.
How about a big year from Andrei Vasilevskiy, just based on the rest factor? I mean, that guy played so many games, so deep into the summers. Finally, a full summer of rest, and you feel like he's going to have a chip on his shoulder coming into this year?
Yeah, I don't think he needs a chip on his shoulder. He's pretty darn good without one, unless he just always plays with one. But yeah, absolutely. Not only has he played deep in the playoffs for a long period of time, he also plays a lot of games in the regular season as well. And he's constantly one of the best, if not the best, in the world. And again, just because they lost in the first round certainly doesn't change anything for me in my eyes. He's number one.